CMB gang, stand the fuck up. Clone gang, stand the fuck up. Today we are here to decide, I don't know why the fuck I said division, our Super Bowl champion. How this is gonna work. We're literally gonna go game by game, week by week, until we get our Super Bowl champion. Two things before this video, three things. One, a team hasn't gone 0-17 or 16 since the 2017 Browns. That's a note. Number two, take this shit with a grain of fucking salt. Okay, I'm not an NFL nerd like I am NBA. NBA, I'm a fucking nerd. I'm a loser. I'm a no life. I'm not like that with the NFL. Three, any NFL team can win on any given week. So again, take that with a grain of salt. And again, there's injuries. Like, I'm not doing injuries here, but there will be injuries in real life. Let's hop into it. First game, we got the Chiefs versus the Chargers. I'm taking the Chiefs. Jets, Steelers, I'm taking the Steelers. Colts, Dolphins, I'm taking the Dolphins. Bengals, Browns, I'm taking the Bengals. I'm going to take the Patriots. I'm going to take the Broncos. Now, we got our first crazy matchup on a Sunday. We got the Ravens versus the Bills. Opening matchup, I am, in fact, going to take the Ravens. I do think the Bills will lose this opening matchup. Rams, Texans, I'm going to take the Texans. Jags, Panthers, give me the Jags. Eagles, Cardinals, Bucks, Falcons. This is an important game because whoever wins this game is probably going to win this division. I'm going to take the Bucks. Take the Commanders. Shout out to my Giants, though. I'm going to take the 49ers. I think the Packers win opening night against the Lions. And I think the Bears win opening night against the Vikings. So, as you can see, these are the standings after week one. Now, let's go to week two. We got Jets, Bills. I think Bills get their first win. Dolphins, Patriots. I think the Dolphins take that. Bengals, Jags. I'm going to take the Bengals. Browns, Ravens. Come on. Broncos, Colts. Chargers. Give me the Rams over the Titans. I'm going to take the Steelers over the Seahawks. I do think the Eagles will beat the Chiefs on week two. I don't know why I think that, but I just low-key something telling me that the Eagles is... I hate the Eagles, by the way, but someone's telling me they're going to win that game. Bucks, Texans, give me the Texans. Commanders over the Packers. Cowboys over the Giants. Niners over Saints. I do think that the Lions will get their win against the Bears. The Cardinals over the Panthers. And I'm going to take the Vikings over the Falcons. So I think the Falcons are going to start off 0-2, which is really bad for them because the Bucks are 1-1. So they're really competing with the Bucks for that division. Let's go into week three. I am going to take the Bills over the Dolphins. I'm going to take the Colts over the Titans. I'm going to take the Patriots over the Steelers. I think the Steelers will get their first loss that week. Give me the Texans over the Jags. Broncos over the Chargers. Bengals over the Vikings. Bucks over the Jets. Washington over the Raiders. Packers over the Browns. Obviously, KC is going to beat the Giants. Now, Ravens, Lions, very good game, supposedly. I ultimately do think the Ravens would take that game, though. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good one, but the Ravens are just nice like that. Eagles over the Rams. Panthers are going to beat... the Falcons are going to beat the fucking Panthers. I think the Seahawks get their first win here against the Saints. Saints are dog shit this year. Cardinals, 49ers, I think the 49ers can take that. And then Cowboys, Bears, I think the Bears would take that. I'm really high on the Bears this year. Week 4, give me the Texans over the Titans. I will take the Chiefs over the Ravens here. I think Ravens pick up their first loss of the year here in Kansas City. Kansas City just always beats the Ravens. How do I tell you? Jets, Dolphins, I'm going to take the Jets. Bengals, Broncos, I'm going to take the Broncos here. So Broncos starting off 4-0 in this world. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take the Steelers over the Vikings. The Patriots over the Panthers. Chargers over the Giants. Bills over Saints. Lions over Browns. LA over Colts. I'm going to take the Jaguars here in week 4 over the 49ers. You're only going to stay undefeated for so long. And Jacksonville, I think they can just take it. It's just going to be a random game where Jacksonville's just on some shit. Give me the Bears over the Raiders. Give me the Seahawks over the Cardinals. Don't know why. It's just speaking to me. Give me Eagles over Bucks. Washington over here. And I'm going to take Dallas over Packers that day. Actually, not. Packers own Dallas. Give me the Packers. All right, going into week 5 here. We got Texans, Ravens. Damn, the Ravens got a tough-ass schedule. I'm going to take the Ravens here. The Ravens got a hard schedule this year, my nigga. That's tough. I'm going to take the Raiders over the Colts here. I think Raiders pick up their first win. Give me the Bills over the Patriots. KC over the Jags. In London, the Browns versus the Vikings. I think the Vikings would take that. Cowboys, Jets. I like the Jets to take that. Eagles, Broncos. In this world, this is an undefeated matchup, and I'm going with the Eagles. Sadly, I have to go with the Eagles. Dolphins, Panthers. I ain't gonna lie, I think the Panthers could pull this out. I'm gonna take the Panthers. Titans, Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals. Chargers, Washington. I'm gonna take the Chargers. Bengals, Lions. Damn, another very good matchup this week. But I'm ultimately gonna go with the Lions. I think the Lions need to start ramping up some wins here. As you can see, it's currently set at that 7th seed. LA, the Battle of LA. I think the Rams take it. New York versus Saints. I'm gonna take my Giants. If we lose to the fucking Saints, nigga, just throw us the number 1 pick already. And then Bucks, Seahawks. I'm gonna take the Bucks. Let's go into week 6. Damn, week 6 already. In London, the Jets versus the Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos. Coming off a bye, the Steelers are going against that Browns team. I'm gonna take the Steelers. Chargers versus Dolphins. That's a mid matchup. I'm gonna go to Chargers here. Titans versus Raiders. I think the Titans get their first win of the season here. A lot of teams are going to be competing down low in those bad spots. Giants, Seahawks. Why am I fucking up my teams today? Seahawks versus the Jags. Jags are 2-3. They're both 2-3 currently. They're 0-3 when playing in their conference. Seahawks are 2-2. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I don't know why. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. Coming off a mini bye, LA versus Ravens. I think the Ravens take that. Rams got a tough schedule too. Cardinals versus Colts. I'm gonna take the Colts here. Patriots versus Saints. I'm gonna take the Patriots. Bengals versus the coming off a bye Packers. Damn, Bengals schedule is kind of hard too. Shit. I'm gonna take the Packers here. Lions versus Chiefs. Damn, yo, these are good matchups, bro. Lions versus Chiefs. I am going to take the Chiefs. Bills versus Falcons. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Eagles versus Giants. Bucks versus Niners. I think Niners take this. Panthers versus Cowboys. I think the Cowboys take this. And then Bears versus Washington. I do think Washington will take this because Chicago is coming off a bye, and it is in Washington. Let's go to week 7. Let's take a quick look. So we got Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Texans, Broncos, Steelers, Chargers. Over here we got Eagles, Packers, Niners, Bucks, Washington, Bears, and Lions. Bengals versus Steelers. Give me the Bengals, of course. Patriots versus Titans. I think the Titans will scoop up a win here. Don't know why. I'm just going with the Titans here. Even though at the current moment before this game, the Patriots will be 4-2. I'm going with the fucking Titans here. Raiders, Chiefs, come on. Dolphins versus Browns. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Colts versus Chargers. I think the Colts are gonna pull an upset there. LA versus Jacksonville in fucking the UK, probably in London. I'm gonna go with LA. Jets, Panthers. Give me the Jets. Broncos, Giants, give me the Broncos. Texans, Seahawks, give me the Texans, even though they are coming off a bye. The Vikings, you're fucked against the Eagles, nigga. Saints, Bears, give me the Bears. Packers, Cardinals, give me the Packers. Washington over Dallas. Give me San Francisco over Falcons, and then Lions over the Bucks. Let's go ahead and go into week 8. Bills, Jets. I said Bills. Bengals, Jets. Give me the Bengals. Patriots, Browns. Give me the Patriots. There's no way they're gonna lose back-to-back weeks against trash teams. Titans, Colts. Give me the Colts. Chargers, Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings here. San Francisco, Texans. I'm gonna take the Texans. Bills coming off a bye against the Panthers. That bye don't fucking matter. The Dolphins versus the Falcons. I'm gonna take the Falcons here. Bears versus the Ravens. I don't care if the Ravens are coming off a bye. I'm gonna take them over the Bears. Broncos, Dallas. I'm gonna take Dallas here. I think Dallas gets a little win right here. The Broncos would currently be what? They would currently be 6-1 at the time. I'm gonna take the Broncos here. The Cowboys here. Steelers coming off a mini bye versus the Packers. I think the Packers will secure that. I think Washington's going to secure a win over the Chiefs right here. I know it's kind of crazy, but I think Washington's going to come, just going to come and win against the Chiefs right there. Giants versus the Eagles. Shout out to my Giants. And then Bucks versus the Saints. I'm going to take the Bucks. The Saints still don't have a win. Browns don't have a win. I got to keep that noted because one of these games I have to pick them. Cowboy. Where the fuck did I get Cowboys from? Ravens, Dolphins. Definitely taking the Ravens. Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos. Nah. I'm gonna take the Texans. I think the Broncos will rail off back-to-back losses coming up there, and then people are gonna be like, "Whoa, are the Broncos not that good?" And then they're gonna start winning again. Titans versus the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers. Colts versus the Steelers. I think the Colts will win this. Jacksonville and Raiders both coming off byes. I think the Raiders could take them, pull their whole card. Chiefs versus Bengals. Josh Allen can't beat Patrick Mahomes for some reason. Bears versus Bengals. Give me the Bengals. And then I think the fall off the Patriots starts to happen. You've seen they were like fucking something in 2, and now they're gonna start railing off losses here. Give me the Falcons over them. Panthers, Packers. Give me the Packers. Coming off a bye, the Lions. Vikings coming off a mini bye. I think the Vikings do pull their whole card right there. Lions versus Giants. So why do I keep fucking up these teams? Niners versus Giants. Obviously. LA versus Saints. Come on. Washington over the Seahawks. And then I'll take the Cowboys over the Cardinals for that. Week 10, Broncos over the Raiders. Texans over the Jags. Jets over the Browns. I do gotta eventually give these Brown niggas a win. Why do I keep fucking up teams? Bills over Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Steelers over the Chargers here. In fucking Germany, we got the Falcons versus the Colts. I think the Falcons could end up winning this. Vikings versus Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens. Patriots versus Bucks. Bucks coming off a bye. I'm gonna take the Patriots. Giants versus Bears. Saints versus Panthers. The Saints get their first win here. I'm taking the Saints. Cardinals versus Seahawks. Give me the Cardinals. LA versus Niners. What did they do in week 2? I think they played. Week 2, I think I had them play. Week 2 they play, right? No, they play some other week. Unless I'm tweaking. I swore they did. Okay, LA took it last time. I think they split. Were we at week 10? Yeah, I think they split, so Niners will win this. Lions, Commanders. I think the Commanders win. And then Packers, Eagles. I do think the Eagles coming off a bye get their first loss of the season. Let's go ahead and go into week 11. Jets, Patriots. I think the Jets win this off. Again, I think this is where the Patriots just start to fall off. They're just going to start losing games. Texans, Titans. Come on. Bengals, Steelers. I think the Steelers will win this because the Bengals are coming off a bye. Jets, Jaguars. Chargers, Jaguars. Broncos, Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to end up winning this, showing us that buys don't really matter. Broncos, Brown. Yo, what is good with me? Commanders, the Dolphins, and fucking Spain. Miami likes it hot. Spain is hot. Let's go with the Dolphins. Bills, Bucks, Bills. Dallas coming off a bye. I think the Raiders get them. They pull their whole card. Bears win against the Vikings. I think the Falcons take it against the Panthers. Packers take it against the Giants. Rams take it against the Seahawks. Give me that. I'll take 49ers. And then Eagles come back and beat the fucking Lions. Lions not having the best of seasons right now. 4-6, but they got a tough schedule, I ain't gonna lie. Give me the Bills over the Texans here. Give me the Chiefs coming off the bye Colts. Give me the Bengals over the Patriots. Not gonna lie, I'm taking the Jets over. Nah, I'm lying like shit. I think the Browns get their first win here against the Raiders. Shout out to the Raiders, I guess. Then we got I'm gonna take the Steelers over the Bears. I'm going to take the Seahawks over the Titans, the Cardinals over the Jags, the Packers over the Vikings. I think the Vikings take this one. Lions get an easy one against the Giants. Falcons beat the Saints. Cowboys, nah. I was going to say Cowboys split, but nah. Bucks, Rams, I'm going to take the Rams. And then Niners, Panthers, give me the Niners. Going into week 13 here, the standings are looking very, very interesting. I'm going to take the Ravens over the Bengals, the Jags over the Titans, the Texans over the Colts, Chargers over Raiders, Bills over Steelers, KC over Cowboys, Dolphins over Saints. I'm going to take the Jets over the Falcons, Niners over Browns. I'll take Broncos over Commanders. Giants over Patriots. Ooh, this is a very important one. I'm going to go to Lions over the Packers this week. I'm going to take the Eagles over the Bears. Bucks over the Cardinals, Rams, and then finish up with the Vikings. Let's go into week 14. I think the Jets win another one. Then I'll take the Ravens over the Steelers, Colts over the Jags, Browns over the Titans, Broncos over the Raiders, Bengals over the Bills, Chiefs over the Texans, Eagles over Chargers, Lions get a win. I think the Bears get a win here against the Packers. Give me Commanders. Give me Falcons. Give me Bucks. Give me Rams. All right. We're going into week 15 here. We only got 4 weeks left. So it's niggas need to start winning if you want to make those playoffs. We got a couple teams out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got like 4 teams trying to fight for a playoff spot right here. We got 1, 2, 3 other teams trying to fight out here. It's going to get rough, nigga. KC over the Chargers. Bengals over the... Ravens over the Bengals. Bills over Patriots. Jets get another one over the Jags. Niggas going to start talking about the Jets like, oh shit, are the Jets like that? They're not. Newsflash. Give me the Steelers over the Dolphins. Texans over the Cardinals. Bears. Eagles. 49ers. Colts. Packers, Bucks, Commanders. I do think Lions, Saints, and then give me the Cowboys. All right, we're going into week 16 now. Let's see. Give me KC, Ravens, Bills, Broncos. I'll take the Nah. Texans. Bengals. Chargers. Jets. Lions. Niners. LA. Packers versus Bears. I think the Bears take it. Give me the Commanders over the Eagles. That's all right. I'm taking Commanders over Eagles. Vikings. Bucks. And then Falcons. Let's go into week 17. We got 2 weeks left. This is 2 weeks left. Broncos versus KC. I think this is an important game for the Broncos and that they would take it right here. Texans, this is not important for them. They're just going to take it. Jags, Colts is an important game for the Colts, and the Colts are going to take this. The Jets versus the Patriots. This is an important game for the Jets, but I do think they would fumble it, which wouldn't drop them down that much, but it would definitely hurt them. Steelers versus the Browns. I think the Steelers would take this. Raiders versus Giants. Give me the Giants. Yeah, I like it. Giants. Ravens versus Packers. This is more important for the Packers than it is the Ravens. I think they would take it. Bengals over the Cardinals. Saints over the Titans. Bucks over the Dolphins. Eagles take the Bills. Eagles take over the Bills. Commanders will take the Cowboys. Lions will take the Vikings. That'll probably that most likely eliminates the Vikings from playoffs. Ravens over the Panthers. I think the Bears will get one off on the 49ers. And then LA will beat the Falcons, fully eliminating them. And the final week of the season. Chiefs have nothing to gain if they lose. Or they do drop a seed if they lose. I think they'd play niggas for a little bit and would take this win over the Raiders. Chargers versus Broncos. The Broncos gain nothing if they lose. I mean, right? They don't gain anything if they lose. I think the Chargers would take it. Texans, Colts. Again, Texans don't care if they win or lose because their spot is most likely secured. Their spot is kind of secured at the seed, so I'm going to take the Colts. Bengals versus the Browns. The Bengals have to win this to put some pressure on niggas. Jets versus the Bills. Jets need this to make the playoffs. Bills don't really care, but they do want a higher seed. I think the Bills would take it, fully eliminating the Jets from the playoffs. Patriots, Dolphins. I think the Patriots take this. It's a little too late, though, because they lost too many games earlier in the season. I think the Ravens would take it against the Steelers. I'm pretty sure that fully eliminates the Steelers from the playoffs. Jags would take it over the Titans. LA would take it over the Cardinals. Niners would take it over the Seahawks. This is a very non-important game. I think the Packers would just take it. Bears versus the Lions. This is the most important game of their season up to this date. Let's just go over here and do these, though. Let's just go over here and do these because these don't matter. This matters because the winner of this game will make the playoffs and the loser does not. And unfortunately, I do think the Bears would be the one that make it. I really like the Bears this season. I like them more than I like the Lions. It just comes down to that. Actually, nah. I think the Lions will take it. Got more experience. Yeah. All right. I don't like this. I ain't gonna lie. Where's the, I ain't gonna lie. Just give me the Texans over the Colts. Yeah, I like this more. I like this a lot more. I don't know. I've seen Colts in the playoffs. It just didn't really hit. It didn't I don't know. It just wasn't hitting for me. All right, going into the playoffs. 1 seed Ravens, 2 seed Chiefs, 3 seed Texans, 4 seed Bills, 5 seed Broncos, 6 seed Bengals, 7 seed Steelers. Steelers always find a way to make the playoffs, nigga. How do I tell you? Over here, Eagles, Niners, Packers, Bucks, Washington, LA, and the Lions. Josh Allen versus Bo Nix. Sorry, Josh Allen just gets that. DJ Stroud versus Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow will pull off an upset here. Steelers versus the Chiefs. I mean, like, nigga, come on. Bucks versus the Commanders. I think the Commanders end up taking this one. Packers versus the Rams. I think the Packers end up taking this one. Rams end up taking this one, and the Niners would beat the Lions. We got the Ravens versus Joe Burrow. I'm taking the Ravens. We got the Chiefs versus the Bills. Josh Allen can't beat that nigga Patty for some reason. We got the Eagles versus the Rams. I'm going to take the Eagles. And then we got the Niners versus the Commanders. I'm taking the Commanders. It all comes down to this. Ravens versus Chiefs. I think Lamar finally gets his win over Patty. Eagles versus Washington. The Eagles are too good, bro. How do I tell you? And our Super Bowl is the Eagles versus the Ravens. Is this a smart decision? No. 2 1 seeds going at it. That's probably not the smartest shit ever. But that's just what has to happen. And unfortunately, as much as I hate them, the Super Bowl winners are the Eagles. I just think they're too good of a team, bro. I was hating on them last year. They won a fucking Super Bowl. So this year, I'm hoping it's reverse psychology. I'm going to hype the Eagles up, and hopefully they lose. Simple. Let me know what you think. I definitely think this is going to be... I don't think the Jets are going to be here in real life. That's just how it happened. Don't think the Patriots are going to rattle off 8 wins. But that's kind of just what happened. And I do like this. I think the Lions will probably be a higher seed. But again, this is just my opinion on shit. So yeah, I'm out this bitch. Call up gang, I'm back in the jig. Hold on, gotta move tech. Shit get tricky.